Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to my story talk show. My name is Ohima Sarah. Today, I have a great guest here at my story talk show, and she's ready to split everything out to empower, educate you, and then also motivate you. She is a president. Wow for Nigerian Canadian Association of Ontario. She's a woman. She's a mother. She's a mentor. Her name is Madame Margaret Nwosu. Today, she's right here with me. Madame Margaret, you're welcome to my story talk show.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank
How
you.
is life?
Life is good.
I know
so
you're a
far.
very busy person, but thank you for coming to my story talk show.
Thank you for having
So,
me.
I know you are the president of Nigerian Canadian Association of Ontario. You are doing so well in the community, and first of all, I want to congratulate you for that. But someone may ask that who is Madame Margaret Nwosu? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like you said, like you rightly introduced me. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me. Thank you
You're
for
very
this
welcome.
invitation. I really appreciate it. My name
Yeah.
is Margaret Nwosu.
Yeah.
I'm from Nigeria, of course, and I'm also known here in Ontario or in Toronto as Ne Boys, meaning the mother of boys.
Wow.
Yes, yeah, it's Nigerian Canadian Association of the Greater Toronto Area, so NCAGTA.
Okay.
Because in Ontario, the province, we have different associations,
Okay.
Ottawa,
Right.
Hamilton, but this is for the GTA, but I
Okay.
am the president.
Okay.
Just to
For the
get that
GT.
out there.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here and
Thank you.
happy to be invited to your talk show.
Yeah.
It's an honor. Thank you.
And let's go back to Nigeria.
Yes.
How did you start? Growing up as a young lady, how was life? How did you see life? What was the experience before you've gotten to where you are today?
Well, my people usually say if you start to tell the story, there will be day, there will be night. So I'll just cut it, brief.
Yeah.
So, I mean, growing up, it wasn't easy, of course, in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to come from a good family.
Okay.
But then my dad died when we were young, and my mom had all girls, and in those years, it was more about the male child. So we're kind of relegated to the background, because we are all three girls. But we continued. My mother did very well in raising us, and then of course I got married, and after 4 years of my being married, I moved to Canada.
Okay.
First, but I went to school I lived all my life. I was born and raised in Lagos, though my family, my parents are from the eastern part of Nigeria, which is Igbo, but I was born and raised in Lagos, so I speak Igbo and I speak Yoruba.
Okay.
Yoruba is from the western side. Okay. So school all my life in Lagos. I went to after my secondary school, I went to study mass communication in the university. Before mass communication, I went to the defunct Nigerian Institute of Journalism. So I was a journalist. I did my diploma in journalism. Wow. And then after that, I went to do my mass communication in the university, Lagos State University. And then before getting married and then moving to Canada. And then here in Canada, like when we came, it started from almost like from the scratch. Because I didn't come with permanent residence. So you had to start from the scratch. I went to Emory Adult Learning Center to get my Ontario high school diploma.
Oh, wow.
Yes, then after that I went to Humber College to get my social service worker diploma. And then I went to York to get my bachelor in social work, and then back to Humber to get my certificate in immigration consultant. So those are my education portfolio. And a registered social worker working full time for the past 18 plus years now in a social services agency, one of the known and reputable social services agency as a program manager. That's where I am right now. I have supervised different programs
Wow.
within the organization. I've done employment, I've done community connections, I've done
Wow.
violence against women,
Mhm.
I've done parenting, I mean, in terms of supervision.
Yeah.
I've done it all. But
Mhm.
right now, I do manage and supervise the parenting, employment, and
Mhm.
violence against women's program
Okay.
within my organization.
Okay.
So then coming to my position as the president of
Mhm.
NCA.
No, before
Okay.
we come to the president.
Yeah.
You got married in Lagos.
Yes.
And then you migrated
To Canada.
to Canada, right?
Yeah.
How was it when you first came to Canada? Because you said growing up wasn't easy.
Yeah.
You have no idea that you will have a chance to come to Canada.
No ever.
So God has been so good.
Yes.
Your first time being here in Canada.
Yeah.
How was it? How did you feel? How was the feel?
Yeah. Before coming to Canada, I never knew about Canada.
Okay.
Like a lot of people, like, you know, in those years, because I've been in Canada for 23 plus years now.
Wow.
Yes. So, before coming to Canada, I never knew what was known in Nigeria and Lagos was US, America, or London, England.
Okay.
Those are all. You go to France. Those are like the dominant migrant countries that people go to.
Yeah,
people know. So, but then it happened that there was opportunity for me to come to Canada, and I came. When I came, like I said, about 23 plus years ago, comparing that time to now,
right.
I'll say that time it was good that time than now, based on what the resources that was available. US, for a newcomer, it wasn't easy because you left your comfort zone, you left your families, you left everything, and you come to a totally new country where you have no idea how things are done. And then you almost start, like I mentioned, in my educational portfolio. I had to, even with my university degree back home, I had to go to adult secondary school to get my Ontario secondary school diploma. So, but then we didn't look at it as so much as difficult, but we were looking at it as a stepping stone. I don't know. That's how I looked at it then, as a stepping stone, because I have this mentality that I always give it all. Whatever I set myself to do, I always give it all. If at the end of the hard work that I have put in, it didn't succeed, I will know that that's not my part. That's how I believe. But I have to give it all. And then you give it all. And then if you succeed, then you move to the next. So at that time, getting a job, factory job was around $7 per hour.
Oh.
But we were happy. We were excited, going to job to do $7 per hour job. We're happy going to do it. Because again, then compare the exchange rate, and I came alone, leaving my family back home. So it was good at that time. And then that things were like a little cheaper. At that time you can rent one room for $350, $400. The room that's as big as this place is $400. And I rented a room, a one-bedroom apartment for $600. One bedroom, a room, self-contained, a room, a living room, kitchen, washroom to yourself for around $600.
Wow.
That time. So if you compare the expenses and the living, at that time it was kind of better than now, because right now, just a small tiny room right now you get for about $800 to $1,000. So it was to some people it's difficult. Maybe people that have never really tested, struggles in their life. Like I said, I was born in a good family, financial and otherwise. But then my father died and things changed. And then we had the suffering and the struggles and everything. So before I left Nigeria to come here, things wasn't rosy for me back home. So coming here and starting life afresh, I didn't see it as suffering. I saw it as a new fresh start. And then being outside of Nigeria and being in Canada was a big deal. So I took the bull by the horn. I took every possibility. I didn't look at anything as negative. That's me. I didn't look at anything as negative. I saw everything possible. I was so grateful. Like I was even praying for the country that they even allow me to be here, and I'm able to even cater for my family that I left behind better than I would have done if I am there. That was good for me, you know. So I didn't have any regret I know it was difficult, but you have to be tenacious to do what you need to do. That time, even the weather that time was worse than what we have now. People are complaining of winter right now. I don't know, maybe because of this so-called climate change that they're talking about. But when we came, when it snow, it snow. Wow. I used to get up to go to factory work, and you come out and the snow will be up to here. Once you come out, you kind of dive into the snow. Yes, it was that bad in those days. The snow and the winter used to be brutal. Then, so, but now winter, this is like a child's play compared to how it was then. Maybe climate change, I don't know what is happening, but then it was bad then. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, Mrs. Margaret. I'm still going back to lifestyle before we come to your president, what you have been doing here. Let's see, first time you being in a plane, how did you feel?
Well, it wasn't kind of first time getting into plane to come here, but it's the first time for the long flight. You know, coming here, it wasn't.
So because you have experienced it before.
Just a little, internal from within Nigeria. I've experienced, you know, taking the plane. So, but this is the first international flight that I took, and at 20-something years ago, I was kind of young, I would say, then looking to explore it, you know, and for me, I always look at things positive. I was excited. I was happy. Though I didn't know what is available for me in Canada, but just the fact that, by the time I was leaving, they were talking about good things about Canada. And so I was excited. I was optimistic. I was looking forward to what is going to become of me or what I will become while in Canada. So it wasn't
your first time.
It wasn't a frightful thing. Yes, even though it was almost like leaving everything to step into the world of unknown. But at the same time, maybe because I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian for more than 40-something years. I've given my life to Christ. So I'm always very positive in my thinking. I always think that, this is me. I always think that except it's not the will of God for me, then it will not work. I always give my all. So when I step in to come to this country, I strongly believe that it was for good.
Will of God.
It was for good and it will do me good. And we always, as Christians, we always pray and say, you know what, this land that I'm stepping into will do me good. It will favor me. I will reap, you know, I will enjoy the fruit of the land. You know, all those kind of prayers. So those were kind of the things that I use as my foundation to prepare me into the world of unknown, which is Canada. And I think it has paid off.
Yeah. And so how did you adopt the Canadian culture? How did you adopt it?
It was difficult. Remember, I was almost close to 40 when I came to Canada. And then, you know, in Nigeria, we have cultures. I believe also, like in Africa in general, we have culture where, you know, the younger ones respect the older ones. And there's the respect is there. And the way of doing things is different. I had my first culture shock when I came to Canada, when some friends that came to visit and they had young kids, like 5 years, 3 years, that are the same age with my children back home. And they came and they were like, Margaret. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I looked at their mother, like, you didn't train them. So how can this person be calling my name like without respect?
Because back home,
but
it's different.
It's auntie. So, you know, it was the first shock because I've not stepped out from where I was living then. I've not really stepped into the city or the society. So they came to visit and these children were like, their mother was, this is Margaret. And their mother was like introducing me as Margaret. And these children were like running around, Margaret. Oh, Margaret, can I have this? Margaret, can I do that? I'm like, okay. You can call me Margaret. That was my first culture shock. And then you have to, when I go out, you have to get into the bus. And then the children as young people are sitting down, all the ones are standing up.
Yeah, in the buses, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this changed. And then, of course, it starts to come. Different ways of doing things,
So how did
changing.
you adopt it?
I talked to their mom with the first one with the
Okay.
kids. I'm like, you didn't train them. Like, are they calling me Margaret?
Oh, you did?
Well, they said, yeah, I spoke to them because they're like friends, right? So I was able to, I was able to talk to them. And I'm like, why are they calling me Margaret? They can't call me Margaret. They said, but you're Margaret. That's how we do it here. No, but you're not their auntie. I'm like, so back home when you see an older person, you say auntie or uncle, and somebody that's old enough to be your mother, you say mom, even though the person is not your mom. And somebody that's old enough to be your mother's mother, regardless of whether you know them or not, as long as you see that age, you say grandma. Just see somebody on the streets that is old enough to be your grandmother, you automatically refer to that person as grandma. And somebody that's old enough to be your mother, that's within your mother's age bracket, you just automatically call them mama or mommy,
or auntie,
regardless of whether you know them or not. And then somebody older is auntie. They said their mothers were the one that told me, this is Canada. This is Canada is your name. And you can see it a lot. Better prepare yourself. And I'm like, okay, that's prepared me from inside, because it was inside the home that I got that, first shock. So that prepared me going outside, So when I go outside now, I watch, and I learn very well by observing. I'm a very, very observant person. I say things that people will not see because I'll be talking to you and I've seen everything here and you won't know. So I'm very, very observant. So I watch and see how people do things. I learn from others. And that time too, I was quick. Whenever we go for any function, I was quick to tell people that have been there before me, that have been here for years. So quick to tell them, I just came.
Right.
And I was that free. I didn't have anything to hide. I was free to tell them. I just came. And some people will give me tips here. This is how you do in Canada. This is how Canada is. This is what you don't do. If you have time, I'll tell you one big story that you will love. That also prepared me.
Okay.
When I came, it was winter. I came in December period, was the peak of winter. And I wasn't used to this kind of weather. So by the next summer, because I was doing, all these factory menial jobs. So, and I said to myself, I have to save money. I have to get a car, because I came with my young baby. It was 1 year old then.
Okay.
I said, I have to get a car before the next winter because I can't deal with this winter. So where I was living, in an apartment, they share flyers, and the flyer, I saw in the flyer, they said, just come. No payment, nothing down. You pick a car of your choice. And I called somebody. I said, oh my God, this is it. I've saved money. I need to get a car because I can't deal with this winter. And she said, okay, I'll come and see. And then she came to the house for us to go to the place. And she said, where's the flyer? And I gave her the flyer. She said, oh, you didn't read. That was how I knew about fine lines. Back home, we don't so much talk about fine lines. Those little lines, that's where the contract is. So, and I was telling her, I said, let's go. 0 down. I will just take a car and I will be paid. And she said, read this flyer very well, because you just came. You're going to put yourself in a serious debt. And lo and behold, when I read that flyer, it says 0 down. You pick a car of your choice. In 1 week or so, 2 weeks, you're supposed to bring $5,000. And then and it's written in the last bottom. You will never ever. And that was my first big experience teaching mom. And she saved me, because I would have just gone there and signed the contract and take the car, and there's no way on earth that I would have gotten $5,000 in 2 weeks to pay them. And that's not all. And then before they now break the remaining. So that was another experience, coming to Canada. And I used that also in my my professional work as a social worker, because I deal with newcomers, we support newcomers to also educate, newcomers when they come, because we've had in the past where newcomers will come, especially with cell phone providers. You go and you sign and you take cell phone, and then every month they're bringing $1,500, bill. So many people have entered into trouble in that. So now I use that my experience to educate newcomers
Yeah.
whatever you do, don't sign any contract. The where you first should start by reading is those tiny lines on the bottom of any contract, because that's where the actual contract is.
Okay.
Yeah, the contract is not in those big letters that they say, oh, zero down, take phone. No, go down to those last line that has tiny lines. Well, that's what they call the fine lines. Tiny, written, that's where the contract is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Mrs. Margaret, you are the president, right, of Nigerian Canadian Association, GTA.
Yes.
How did you become the president, being a woman?
Yeah. Okay. So, when I came, and after I got settled down, we were invited to all these different community association, the meetings. So I was just anytime I have time, because they do the meetings monthly. Anytime I have time, I just go. I wasn't really serious into it. I would just go and attend the meeting. Then, 2017, like I was talking, 2017, the unfortunate incident happened to me. It was a big deal. My first son was gone and killed at Lawrence and Scarlett.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
His name, for those that are watching, he was Nnamdi Pascal Oba. You can Google it. He was gone and killed at Scarlett and Lawrence
I'm
area.
so sorry about that.
So thank you. So when he died, the community came. I was overwhelmed by the show of support. People from all over in Canada, different communities. I had Ghanaian community, I had Pakistani community, I had it was the boys that committed the crime are from Somalian community. Yes, black on black violence, unfortunately. Yeah. So I had overwhelming support from everybody. People came, even especially with my Nigerian community, people were like 24/7. I wasn't alone. 24/7 for a month plus. I never was alone. People were sleeping over. The support was too much. It was a lot. I think that's kind of part of what helped me to pull through. I had a lot of support. People were there making sure that I was okay. And after that, by the time I got back to my feet, I decided I had to give back. And that made me involved. When people are going through anything and I hear it, because they always share it, the information of people going through, and I always find myself, I just get up and I will just go, regardless of whether I know them or not, because people came to me without even knowing me. So I decided to push everything that I received. I was pushing it back into the community. So I became involved, and based also on my work, I'm like I told you, I'm a registered social worker. So I was given tasks, to prepare events for the Nigerian Canadian Association. I started with the Black History Month, organizing the event for the Black History Month, International Women's Day. And then there was a position for the vice president. And then they said, you know what, you've been doing so much already for the community. You want to run for the vice president position? I said, okay, if you guys want me to think I can. They said, you can, based on the responsibilities of the vice president, is already what you're doing. So you might as well step into that position. So that was how I got into the position of the vice president of the NCAGT. So that finished, because it's usually the term for the executive is 2 years. So that finished. And then the then president decided that he's not running again. And the board members and people that saw my work said, why are we looking for a president when you can already do the job? And they said, you can, we have faith in you. So I put on my my application to run for the president, and I was voted in as the president. Yeah. So, and it's 2 years, supposed to have ended my 2 years tenure, but because we are still putting things together, so it's extended to next year. Yeah, so I'm still there till next year.
Congratulations on that. And how was the challenge? Being a woman, a mother, and then also a social worker, how was the challenge?
Well, I will start by saying, first of all, that My kids are grown.
Okay.
So I mean, I
Oh.
don't have like young kids. My youngest is 18 plus.
Oh.
So, and the other ones are already graduated and working their adults.
Yeah.
So that's one is the advantage.
Okay.
So I don't have young children to take care of, to run after. My kids can hold their own. So I have the time. That's one.
Okay.
And then two, also, this is what I have seen myself. I've come to know that this is my calling, to help people.
Okay.
I think probably that's what propelled me to get into social work. Apart from the number one reason getting into social work was for my kids, because I have all boys and they're all black.
Oh.
So I wanted to be their number one advocate.
Wow.
So that was my real
Yeah.
reason, for getting into social work. And then the second thing is because I like to help people. I'm a people's person. I'm a bold, like you have seen, a bold, not shy, not timid. I will tell it as it is kind of person, and I like to support. But I like to go to bed with a smile on my face.
Wow.
Because I don't know. You don't know when you're called, right? To go. So I want to go to bed with a smile, knowing that I have touched somebody's life. So those are the things that made me always up and doing. Somebody actually jokingly asked me one day, said, I'm not going to ask you if you have places or activities for the weekend. I'll ask you, hope you don't have, because I'm always on the go. Every weekend I'm always on the go, because I love it. I love helping people. Like I told, they don't pay me because sometimes my husband will be like, what's your problem? Like, you are everywhere helping people, and they don't pay you. It's only my salary that from my full-time job. So most times even I spend my money because I have to put money, gas in my car, transport myself to go there, and I'll still support financially for whatever. So I spend money for people than they spend for me. But I enjoy it. It's something that I'm happy doing, and I have no regret. So that is challenging. It's very challenging, especially our African community. I don't know if it's other communities, but African community is very challenging to lead people, especially when you're a woman. They think, oh, anything you do, because she's a woman. But I think I've been able to hold my own. And they've come, the board, the executives and the members, they've come to know that this woman is not somebody that you can push around. I know what is good for the community. I know what is good for the association. I know what is beneficial. And then what will keep us grounded as the association of the Nigerians here in the GTA. And I stay in that route. I don't deviate, because I get some people try to bring things. As a president, they're always calling me, oh, I have this idea. Can we do A, B, C, D? I said, okay, that's a good idea, but let me come back to you. I'll check and see. Is it going to be beneficial to NCA? Is it going to, because I'm also one person that is very big on reputation. I've been in Canada for this long, and I am happy to tell that I'm very good at keeping a good reputation. I don't want to mess up my reputation just because one or two, self, gain. No. I'm not like that. I'm very content with whatever I have. So I'm very big on reputation. I want to maintain my reputation. And that because, again, apart from being the NCA president within the GTA, my work is also winning the GTA.
Okay.
And I have clients. I have newcomer clients that are living also, that are looking up to me. So I have to maintain that reputation, that place where they can trust me. Because you know what it means for somebody that is new to come to you and open up their life to you. That's based on trust. And I want to maintain that trust. So those are the things that have kept me grounded and staying focused on what I'm called to do and doing what I'm supposed to do. Maintain the reputation, maintain the standard, maintain the respect, and maintain the visibility that we have within the community. Yeah.
Okay, so advice for new Nigerian immigrants. What advice do you have for them? New Nigerian immigrants here in Canada.
Okay, so I think I mentioned that when I came, I wasn't shy. Everywhere I go, I was telling people I'm new, because I wanted to get here and there information, guidance on how to live my life. But these days, what we see is that when newcomers come, they don't want to move up the ladder. They want to start from up the ladder. And that is actually what most times put them in trouble. I know some people come with money, but it doesn't. Here is no respecter of your wealth, as you probably have seen. Here is no respecter of your wealth. So back home, people respect your wealth. Because of your wealth, you can jump past so many things and be up there right away. No, here there are steps, there is a process. You have to go through the process. But unfortunately, a lot of newcomers, they don't want to do that. And they just want to fly, they just want to do things regardless of, what the negativity that will come out of it, or the dangers that is within that thing that they're doing. So I always tell them, like I said, I work with newcomers. We do my programming for newcomers. So we always try to let them know, like, there are process. Go through the process. Take it easy. You will get there. Don't you come here 1 year, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. You want to be like somebody that has been here for 20 years. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't matter how much you come with. It doesn't matter, because even if you come with the money and pay down on something, if you don't know how, there's a process of maintaining that thing that you are paid down on. So your money paying down doesn't give you the knowledge or the information on the process of maintaining that. So they end up getting into trouble if they don't. So I always tell newcomers, take it easy. There are so many resources available. Information are left, right, and center. Just find it. Don't say because, I have a friend or I have a sister or I have a brother that is here and is already up here, you want to jump in that level. No, it doesn't work like that. Most times, 90 to 95% of the time, it doesn't work well if you go there. So just take it easy, learn the ropes, follow the process, and you'll get there. If you have to go to school, go to school. And people say, I don't want to take OSAP. I don't want to take loan to go to school. Who cares? If you are diligent, nobody takes away your education from you. Education, when you get it, is for life. If you don't have the money to get education, and you say you don't want to get education because you don't want to take a loan, if you have this OSAP or loan system back in Africa, everybody was going to be educated. Everybody will be educated. So take it, go to school. When I did my social service worker program at Humber, I took the OSAP loan. I always use myself as an example when I talk to people. I took the OSAP loan. And then what I did, after my diploma, I got a job, and the OSAP sent me a letter with a breakdown of how much I'll be paying per month. So what I did was, whatever amount that I was supposed to earn, I just remove that amount from OSAP, because it's a direct deposit and OSAP takes it directly. So I remove OSAP money mentally, and whatever remains, that's what I condition myself that's my salary for the month or every 2 weeks. Like they pay. So I never ever thought of OSAP. So if it's 2,000 that I'm going to be earning and OSAP money is 200, I condition my mind that my earning is 1,800. I plan my life on 1,800. I never thought of until when OSAP sent me a big congratulatory certificate letter that, congrats, you finished paying off. And I'm like, okay, I didn't even know I was owing OSAP, because my mindset was on 18, not on 2,000. So they were conveniently taking their money until it finished. I never thought of it. So, but do I have my education? Yes. Have I paid it off? Yes. I am free from it. So I tell people, take it. If that is what is good, because it's your education is going to propel you. And also, one of the biggest things that I tell newcomers here is that, especially if you're coming as an adult, you are not a child. A child from 10 down, they can adapt and change after 5 years. You won't know that they are not born here. Or once you are teenager from 15 and up and you come here, your leverage over the people that the other colors, I won't, like we that are black, your leverage is education. Your leverage is education, because we are already coming with accent, which doesn't change. We have that. We're already black, which cannot change. We're already immigrants. We are not born here, which cannot change. The only thing that can change and move you is education. Because if you watch a lot of other cultures or race, they're not so much into education. They don't go to school. Some people, like part of the culture shock that I had was when my kids were graduating from elementary school, primary school. And I came and I saw parents coming bouquets of flowers, coming with big celebration banner for primary school graduation. And I'm like, what are they doing? We're not even celebrating secondary school graduation back home.
Yeah.
Before you are celebrated back home for education, it's after your first degree.
Exactly.
Then they say, okay, first degree, that's our stepping stone.
Yeah.
Not primary school, not secondary school. So, so here, because they know that the possibility of their child stopping there is there. So they celebrate it. But we, because they don't go as much as we go in education becomes our leverage to get higher, to get to where we need to go. So I encourage newcomers, doesn't matter, get the education. If it's PSW, get the education. If it's social work, get the education. If it's IT, get the education. Whatever it is, get the education. Because education helps. Even as much as hairdresser. Remember, here, you have to be certified to do hairdressing.
Exactly,
Because they don't want you to burn somebody's head. So, get it. If that is where you're called, if that's where your passion is. And I also tell people, follow your passion. It's not so much about money, because remember that this very thin line between the poor and the rich here. But your passion, because of something that you love, will keep you happy and grand. Because if you're doing something that you don't like, you don't even want to be there just because of the money. You get the money and you be living a frustrated life.
Right.
Because that's not what makes you happy. Look for what makes you happy. You do it willingly because it's your passion. And then in return, you get the money, the recognition. Yes.
Wow. Thank you, Mrs. Margaret. So, what's your advice to women around the world who wants to take up leadership and position in high places?
Oh, we're already on that part. Women are already gone are those days when women stay at home, nurturers. We are nurturers. Stay at home, take care of the home, your place is in the kitchen. Gone are those days. Like I said, my mom had us 3 girls and we were kind of relegated because we are all girls, no male. But these days, the ones that were having male, we that are girls are the ones taking care of them and their children.
Absolutely.
So no longer now. Again, I will not blame myself for having all boys because now people are getting to understand it and looking forward to having a female child, because it's the female child that holds it down these days. Female children are getting the education. Look at it. Look at this society. How much? Sorry to say, how much does the men do? The women, and that is actually what causes friction between couples or families when they come here. Because a lot of men still have the mentality, yes, back home they were probably the providers, but when they relocate here, first you find out that it's the woman that gets the job first. Because the woman is open to any job, house cleaning, PSW, whatever it is, women are open to get it. A man will be thinking, okay, I was a manager back home. I'm not going to be doing cleaning here. I'm not going to be doing, and then he's there 6 months, no job, 1 year, no job. 2 years, no job. Meanwhile, the woman has gone to get a cleaning job and supporting the family. And then he now feels, oh, because you're working, I can't talk to you anymore. You go to work, come back, you have to cook. And he's sitting down cross-legged doing nothing. You're not working, you're not contributing. The woman is working, contributing, and you still want her to come back and cook. That's why there's no gender role here in Canada. Everybody has to do something.
Exactly.
If it's washing the plates, cooking, cleaning, going for groceries, it's no gender. It's no longer gender specific
role. But back home, and most of our men, they are finding it difficult to adopt that when they find themselves in any of the European countries. It's difficult for them. They still have that same mentality that I'm the man. I'm the man of the house. We have to do this. And how do we overcome this? How do we help them for them to understand that this here is different? So you have to adopt it.
It's not, because in my career, in my profession as a social worker, when we have meetings and committees where we discuss these newcomers issues, we always talk about how do we bring the government, into providing information on all this, having kind of orientation for newcomers when they come here. But unfortunately, They are saying that is not their job. So that is where the community organizations or associations comes in. So what we are doing within each community is to find a way of disseminating that information to people as they come in. Here in Canada or here outside of Africa or where you're coming from, there's no gender specific role.
Exactly.
Everybody is equal. One comedian jokingly said that while in Nigeria he referred himself as the breadwinner, as the head of the house. When he came to Canada, that's what was when he realized that they have two heads in the house. That he has two heads in the house. Him and the wife, they are both heads. So he's no longer going raising his shoulder and saying, I'm the head of the house. He said, the wife too is the head. So now he came to that realization to bring himself so that you don't have trouble. So because, women are getting the education. Women have these opportunities are here. So women are quick to grasp the opportunity and run with it. But the men, because of ego, they few of them are coming to that realization, but we want more of them because that if they come to that and grasp that realization that here there's no gender specific role, everybody's equal, you have to do whatever you have to do to support the family, then we'll have the violence that we have that is happening in communities, people, the fight and everything. And they also have to not understand that at the end of the day, they suffer, the men, they suffer for it. If the here is zero tolerance, you don't put your hands on another person, regardless of who the person is. Even your child, you're not even allowed to hit your child here. How much more hitting your partner? So it is bad, but good for the women because they are really stepping up, taking up the challenges, getting the education, advancing, moving. A lot of women are actually the breadwinner, because they are quick to grab the job that men are not willing to do. So the women are doing great. The women are doing great. Just recently, during one of the parties that we had, I had somebody outside of Nigeria, is from South Africa, and it was like, oh my goodness, Margaret, it's like Nigerian women, they're taking life in their hands. They're they're almost like they're free in terms of living their lives, not being timid, not being too much under subjection to the man. But again, we have to also balance it because the Bible says, while the husband loves the wife, that the women or the wife should respect their husband. The fact that you are a breadwinner doesn't mean that you should not respect your husband because spiritually he's still the head of the family, right? But it works both ways because sometimes I jokingly tell my husband, there's a place of love is a place of respect or of submission.
Okay.
The Bible first said, husbands, love your wife. Then it says, wife, respect or submit yourself to the husband. If you truly love your wife and show her love, she won't have problem with submitting to you. Submission, you won't even be saying, submission will be given to you free. Which woman doesn't want to be treated with love?
Exactly.
Which woman doesn't want to be shown love?
Absolutely.
Show her love and she will treat you like a king. It's very easy. How much easy can it get?
Man, Mrs. Margaret is giving you the pathway that it's so easy.
It's easy. Love her and then show her love and she will willingly submit to you. You don't even have to say, you must. When a man starts to say you must submit to me, he's the one that is not doing something wrong because before he will start saying you must submit. Just do the right thing, love her like the Bible says, show her love. She will easily, without stress, submit to you. I know there's in every, how do they call it, in every disciple, 12 or whatever group, there's always going to be the Judas, right? So yes, there's always going to be the one that regardless of how much love you show, they will not. But yes, it's just going to be a few percentage. But if you want to eliminate violence against women or intimate partner violence, that's my area that I manage. So you have to know how to treat your woman, and then she's not your property.
Exactly.
She's part of you. She's taken from you. So you have to show that love.
Thank you, Mrs. Margaret. So, what is the Nigerian community doing to help the community and then also the new immigrants, to find their ways for things to become easy for them?
Yes. Okay. So we are open. We've been finding different ways or different paths to creating awareness on
Okay.
who we are and what we do. There are things that we don't have the capacity to do.
Okay.
Some people come to us and think, okay, they are new. They just came. They landed from the airport. They have their bag. They have nowhere to stay. And sometimes they Google and they find us and they come, oh, I need you to help me rent a place to stay or find a place to stay. Most times we don't have that capacity, both financially and otherwise. We don't find a place for you to stay. We can do referral, find where you can go and find a place where you can go that they can help you. Most of our jobs in supporting the community is referral. And referral in the sense that if you are here, you're looking for employment, we don't have jobs to give you, but we have people that can help you find a job. Again,
within the community,
either within the community, we have people within the community that can help you, or we can refer you to even outside because there are other employment agencies. And good enough, I do also manage or supervise the employment program in my organization. So sometimes when people come with employment needs, I refer them to my agency. We have counselors that support people that are looking for jobs. So we have the job developer that connects with employers. So the employers provides them with available positions, and they help the people that are looking for job to tailor their resume to meet that requirement, and also guide them into applying and getting the job. So we have that, and good enough as a president. That's also what I do career-wise or profession-wise. So I bring people and other people too within the executive and within the membership, that some people have opportunity to offer job to employ. We help them. So we help more like referring people that are looking for employment, people that are here looking for housing, like constantly every day. We have people posting. We have WhatsApp group. So we have people posting any available housing, job opportunities, housing opportunities, training opportunities, workshops, name it. We have it. And as soon as we get those information, we disseminate or we share it out to people that are interested and allow them to, because we don't give it, but we refer to where they, and if it happens that if we have, like in my job too, if there's openings, I also, if it's external openings, positions, I send it also for people to apply.
So do you help them, most of them with the resumes and all that?
Not the NCA itself, but like I said, most of our work is more like a referral. So we refer to agencies or organizations that will help them. Like my agency, I always use as an example. There are other agencies like mine too that are doing the same thing. But my agency, they help them with doing their resume, mock interview, preparing them for the job interview. And also the requirements and the expectations of a workplace culture, so to say. Like some immigrant people come, the way you work here is not the way you will work back home. There are things that are acceptable here and there are things that are not acceptable. Just that culture, that workplace culture, based on employment standard and employment policies, we provide them with all that information. So they know.
So key lessons from your journey. What are key lessons from your journey?
Okay, before that, let me just add also that as NCAGCA, we also work or liaise with the consulate, our embassy, to make sure that people, our community, our Nigerians that are within our community are supported in either renewing their passport, applying for passports, getting visa for if they have non-Nigerian friend or spouse that wants to visit, getting visa, and every consular related support that they need. Sometimes they come to us because it's a lot of bureaucracy, getting in and getting what you want. So when they come to us for those support, and we are able to help them navigate, the services over there from the consulate.
The community, do you guys do a job fair for the community?
We don't. We don't do a job fair because, again, there are a lot of logistics that are involved in doing a job fair, which, again, we don't have that capacity. So what we do again, it's refer like back again to my organization. We do a lot of job fairs.
Oh,
So we post it, and other agencies do job fairs. They send them to me,
right.
And then we have people in our community that are members that have, smaller agencies or smaller businesses. They also run different fairs, and we share those information and encourage members to go. Yeah, so they get the support that they need. They get the support.
Okay.
Yeah, they always get.
Yeah. So let's go back to our question. What are the key lessons from your journey?
Well, my lessons is kind of bittersweet,
Share. Oh,
yeah.
Both the sweet and the bitter.
Yeah. The bitter that I would say, I've had my own share, the biggest share of the bitterness of Canada by the loss of my son. That with the loss of my son being gone down, that was the biggest and hopefully the worst that of my experience in Canada, because probably if he had not come to Canada, he wouldn't have been killed. Yeah. So for me, that's the biggest negative lesson. But other than that, I think Canada has done me well.
Okay.
The opportunities that I think I wouldn't have had while in Nigeria, I've had them here. Yeah. I've met the high and the mighty, the powerful and the low. I've met everybody. I'm good, with what I'm doing. I'm happy where I am. I have paid my share or still continue to pay my share of the support of the community. And I am happy, generally. I'm happy. I have my family, my children, and I have my job. And
also helping the community. Right?
I think Canada has to.
Let me ask you this question. So, how did you overcome this challenge with your son, losing your son? How did you overcome this challenge? Because I know you were a woman.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy for you.
It wasn't.
How did you overcome it? To stand on your feet as at now that even if you don't have to tell someone that you can't even read it, but sometimes losing someone can even brings you down that you can't even overcome that and then move on in life. How did you do that?
Well, I want to first of all start by saying I think it's all about God.
Okay.
I've been a Christian, like I said, for a long time. I know the word of God. I know what God says about me. And when it happened, my slogan then was that when I wake up, I say, you know what? I said, the devil, you will not have the last say in my life. The devil cannot have the last say. I decide. It's not easy. I cannot sit here and tell you that it's easy. It has not been easy. Never is easy. So anybody that has lost a loved one, it can never be easy. Never easy. Even till it's 7 years, but still, just 2 weeks ago, I still remember and I shed tears. I was crying in the public, crying so bad in the public because it comes. The pain comes because the pain of losing a loved one, or especially a child, it's a forever thing. It's a forever thing. But I thank God because my faith, my strong faith in God, and knowing what God says about me, knowing what God says about dealing or how to deal with the loss of a loved one.
Right.
Those are my anchors that I use to stay steadfast, in life. It has never been easy, but I take my courage and my strength from the word of God and also from the community. And because now I become almost like, how they say when the life throws you a lemon, you make a lemonade out of it. So now I decided to be making lemonade out of the lemon. I already have the lemon food in the basket. So I keep every time taking each lemon and making a lemonade out of it by counseling people. People now in the community, they know me, not just within Nigerian community. When it happens, because it still keep happening, when people lose their loved one, all of a sudden I get people calling me. I was giving your number to call you. I need somebody to talk to. And they'll start to cry. And I said, and I book an appointment to see them. And I just tell them, it's yours. You own that pain. It's yours to mourn at your own pace, at your own will, and however. Nobody should tell you how to cry, when to cry, not to cry. It's wrong for you to see somebody that is mourning a loved one and you say, don't cry. That's a disservice. You don't say that. Allow, if you need to cry, allow the person. I tell them, that's how I counsel. If you need to cry, cry.
Right.
When you need to laugh, laugh. When you remember, try always to balance it. Don't let it not be all pain, 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 and cry, cry, cry.
Right.
There's surely are some things, memorable, good memories that you have of that loved one. When you think of that, allow yourself, release yourself to smile and to laugh about it. Those are the healing. If the pain is there, it's going to take time. Look at me, 7 years. But it's one, the word of God, having faith in God and knowing what to do and allowing myself when the emotion, because sometimes that morning spirit will come. You just cry, and when you cry, don't stay there. I tell people, I am the type that when I fall, I don't stay down. I need to get up, dust, and keep going. I said, there's more in front than where. Instead of staying here, there's something better in the front, and I just keep going. So those has been my strength, how I draw my strength, and I keep going. It's gonna get better. I'm not saying that I'm 100%. So tomorrow when you see me being emotional, I know that I'm still going, I'm still growing, and I'm gonna get there. But I thank God. I thank God. I thank God. God has been faithful to me. God has been faithful to me and my family. And I'm doing whatever I can to help others. I'm using what life has thrown to me to help and support others. And I think it's working, and I give God praise.
I pray that God should strengthen you, Madam Margaret. Madam Margaret, you are a woman, and I want you to put your advice out there to everyone. Back home, we have strong women like you, but they are all shattered. They think they cannot do it. We have good women with good potentials, but they think they cannot do it. Today, you sending all your messages, advice across. What advice do you have for everyone?
You know what? I always tell people, I said, we are all graced. Everybody has a grace upon their life. Man, woman, you have a grace upon your life. But the difference is that we are graced differently. For the women, anything that comes to bring negativity to you, to tell you cannot do it, you are not set out for it, you are not created for it, is all negative, is from the pit of hell, is the wicked one, the devil that is telling you that. I tell you, get up. You can do it. When there's will, you see, when there's will, there's power or there's strength. Once you will to do it, get up and do it. My mom raised us by telling us, especially I told you, we're all girls. She said, hard work never kills. It only makes you strong. And we are strong today because of the hard work that she put in us. Get up as a woman. Don't stay there. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Because I know there are some of you there that are even stronger than I am. So if I can do it, you can do it. With what I've been through in life, and I'm able to stand, still be standing, you can do better. You can do it. Get up. We are all rooting for you. You can do it. Just believe in yourself. All you need is believe. I'm the kind, people talk about me. I don't see people. I don't compete. I don't see people. If you see me, I see you. Because I'm so focused. If I'm going to go through this war, if I decide to go through this war, you watch me, I'll go through the war. That's how I am. And people will be like, and tomorrow they turn around, oh, you're a very strong woman. No, there's the will. Nothing stops me. This camera will not stop me from going through that war. Him standing there will not stop me from, if I decide, that's the way I am. Ask anybody about me. I always tell people because I know I have created that niche for myself. I decide to do something. It doesn't matter the obstacle. I'm going to do it. So you hearing or looking at me or listening to me, you can do it. Believe in yourself. Get up. Do it. Do it. You know the Nike sign that says, do it. Do it. You can do it. Just all you need is believing in yourself. Because God has already graced you. So you believe in yourself and you do. Don't let you having children be your obstacle. I tell people, children should not be your obstacle. It's about, my children were young when I was going to school. I work and I go to school. I had priority. My priority was not to dress or to go to party or to do what or whatever. You get up and you do. You get up and you do. You make a time frame, create time for you to achieve one thing and you move to the other. And focus your time. You can do it. And we are rooting for you. Go ahead, get up and do it. And you will see yourself succeeding.
Wow. So that is coming from the president, Madame Margaret Nwosu, and she said, you can do it. I have one last question. There's a lot of people debating about Nigerian jollof and Ghana jollof.
I don't think you want to go there. Because it's already an established truth and fact. You cannot. I don't care where the history is.
Okay.
Where the history of the jollof rice comes from.
I think myself and Mrs. Margaret will be having a jollof cooking competition.
Bring it on.
Yeah, Nigerian jollof
and Ghanaian jollof. Bring it on. Let me tell you, one thing you have to know about Nigerians. Let me be a little bit partial here and final. One thing you have to know about Nigerians is that if Nigerians want to copy your style, this style that you're wearing, a Nigerian want to copy it. When they copy it, you that started the style, created the style, you will charge yourself. You start questioning yourself.
Wow.
Did I not do it? Nigerians, they take things to the next level.
Wow.
So there's this, like you said, there's this debate that they're saying, oh, Ghanaians are the ones that started the jollof rice, and some people are saying it's Nigeria. I don't care who started it, but right now, what you know right now is that Nigerians has perfected the cooking of jollof rice and has taken it to a different level.
Hey,
Ghanaians cannot compete anymore.
We have taken it. We have
you
won.
You can't compete with Nigerians. But
I will have this competition with Mrs. Margaret.
Stay tuned.
And this one is going to blow all over Canada.
Bring it
I tell you.
I'm good enough. I'm good at making jollof rice. So bring it on.
We shall see. Thank you, Madam Margaret. Thank you. So today you are watching My Story Talk Show with Ohima Sarah. My guest today is Madam Margaret. She is the president of Nigerian
Canadian Association
of GCA. And she has really inspired me a lot. And I know you would also benefit and then also get motivated from her story. Madam Margaret, thank you for coming to My Story Talk Show. We are so pleased to have you. And I know you are doing so well in the community. We want to encourage you that keep doing what you are doing. In the next 5 years, we want to hear that you have done it to the extreme, because I know you're a very strong woman. But before you go, we have a package for you coming from our sponsors that they said, we don't want to leave you empty-handed.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful package.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you, sponsors.
Thank you. Coming to My Story Talk Show.
My Story Talk Show.
Of course, we'll be having our jollof competition.
Anytime.
And this one is going to be massive.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
You're very welcome. Thank you for watching My Story Talk Show. Thank you.